Now we're going to learn the flat ball change. A flat ball change is a brush step, and ball change, just like when you learn the shuffle ball change, is going to be another step and yet another step. So flat ball change is kind of a fancy way of saying brush, step, step, step. Now, technically, these should all be done on the balls of the feet. You don't want your heels to hit the floor. When you're doing a ball change, the change can be done on a flat foot, but I think it's really best to get used to doing everything on the balls of your feet as much as possible. Brush step, 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 completely on the toes. Except we're going to be taking the rhythm a little faster. Brush step, 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 brush step, 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 brush step, step, step. But I'll walk it through nice and slow for you so you can learn it properly. Give it a try. Okay, now that you've learned a flap, the next combination we're going to learn is called a flat ball change. So you learned your shuffle ball change, which was brush, brush, back, front. A flat ball change is very similar, except it's going to change feet every time you do your flap, brush, step, then your ball change. Okay, so turning sideways so you can see what I'm doing is brush, step, ball, change. Brush, step, ball, change. Okay, we're going to do these sort of super slow at first. These are designed to travel. Very often they're used to get tap dancers on and off stage. You may not have room to travel, so you can still kind of do them in place by just keeping everything really tiny, and your flap will go a little bit to the front, the ball change comes back front, and then just kind of keep, when you do your ball change, keep it all in place. So super slow first. Let me do it sideways first. We're gonna do brush, step, step, step. Brush, step, step, step. And again, you have to make sure you're changing your weight on that brush step of the flap. If you're doing this, your ball change has nowhere to go. So it's brush, step, back, front, brush, step, back, front, brush, step, back, front, brush, step, back, front. All right, let's do a few of those. So starting with the right foot, super slow, you have brush, step, 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 brush, step, step, step. And if you notice, I am on my toes the whole time. Technically, your heels should not hit the floor at all. If you feel like you're going to fall over, go ahead and put your heel down. But as we start to do things a little faster and balance is not as much of an issue, start working towards staying on your toes. Okay, so now what I want to do is we're going to take the flap up to speed and the ball change up to speed, but we're going to put a pause in between to give you a chance to think about it. So starting with that right foot, you're going to go flap, ball change, flap, ball change, brush step, step, step. Step, 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 ball lap, ball change, 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 ball lap, ball change. All right, now we're going to smooth out those pauses. Fall lap, ball change, fall lap, ball change. So let's try that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fall lap, ball change. 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 Brush step, step, step. Brush step, step, step. Brush step, step, step. Brush step, step, step. Okay. Let's try those one more time, maybe a tad slower. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fall lap, ball change, 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 fall lap, ball change. Okay, now if you were in our studio studio taking a class here, we would travel all over the place doing these. Actually, we travel from the back of the studio all the way up front to the mirror, and then we turn around and come back. So let's do some of that. In case you've got some room to travel, you are free to do that as well. So that would be 5, 6, 7, 8. Fall lap, ball change, 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 fall lap, ball change. Fall lap, ball change, fall lap, ball change, fall lap, ball change. Brush step, 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 brush step, 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 brush step, 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 brush step, step, step. 5, 6, 7, 8. Brush step, 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 brush step,